Everyone,
Hello.
I'm Rich, and that's
I'm
Mark.
Mark.
This is our new show. It's called what we're calling the show. We're going to call it Fantastic First. It's a look at first issues from comic book runs. We're looking at introductions of characters, first issues of story arcs, and each week or whenever we feel like it, Mark and me, we're going to talk a little bit of nonsense about comics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this week I think we're going to start with Batman Hush.
Batman Hush, baby!
Batman Hush. It was a 12-issue run. What's the issue date there? December 2002, issue 608, coming off the back of Ed Brubaker's run, which lasted a good few years. That was Bruce Wayne Wanted and Batman Fugitive. So this is Jeff Loeb back and Jim Lee.
The reason we're doing this issue is first, it's Mark's, really. It was your idea, wasn't it? Mark, this was the book that kind of got you into Batman, got you into the books. And I think for anyone out there, this is a great jumping on point. If you want to get into Batman, it kind of hits all the rogues, gives you a classic Batman story. So let's get into it. Let's just crack on.
Let's go.
Issue 1. First of all, Mark, this is the cover. What do you think of this cover?
I like it. I like that classic big Batman boot, the kick. I like the blue is back. That's been missing for a while, I think, in the run at this point. And yeah, I love that logo behind Batman there. It's just beautiful. It just really shows you exactly what this run is going to be about. It's such a change of the previous art as well into this. I think this sort of set the standard of what Batman was going to be for a decade. Prior to this, it was a bit more cartoony. It was a bit more poppy in the colours. This sets a lovely palette.
It brings in the controversial bat treads on the boots. I know there was an issue with the bat treads when a lot of artists after this were like, "Oh, dude, I've got to draw the treads every time." I know that was the thing. I'm a big fan of the bat treads.
Batman has a villain like Treadman or something like that who's got a big boot print in his face, and I think
Treadman.
Yeah. Oh, Tread Guy. It's something along those lines.
The Tread. Judge Tread.
Judge Tread.
Yeah.
So it looks like it says Jim. He obviously works out. Big W for Wayne. So we know it's Bruce Wayne's shoe.
Yeah.
It's his line.
Yeah. All right, Mark, you do the button thing.
I'll do the button. Hopefully it works.
Let's try something else.
No, because we need to be on the page for the button to work.
Well, can we go on the page and just see if that works?
Yes. The button now works.
No, the button works. All right, so first page, we get Batman up to some classic utility belt jiggery, where Batman is unlocking a lock using bat acid. How do you feel about the bat acid, Mark?
I'm here for anything he pulls out of that utility belt. I will believe he's had in that utility belt for a reason.
Whenever I see bat acid, I'm remembered of the famous film Batman Forever. You ever seen Batman Forever?
I've seen Batman Forever.
And it's boiling acid when the fat security guard. In fact, I'm putting in a clip.
Yeah, we'll get the clip there.
Oh no! It's boiling acid!
The clip. Just did a clip. So starts with what? Gotham City still starts with Gotham City Shipyard, almost midnight. So what's Batman doing here? What's he doing?
So he's trying to save. Well, he's trying to pick a lock to begin with. He gets a switchblade out in the second frame after he's dropped some sort of smoking padlock onto the floor, and clearly he's trying to find a hostage before he gets back.
Yeah, this is kind of the main plot of this issue, is that we find out that it's a young boy, hasn't it?
It's a young boy.
It's a young boy who's been taken hostage by one of Batman's rogues. We'll find out who it is. Now, this next page is something that I find very interesting in this book. So click the page, Mark. Now, here we go.
Yes.
We've got Batman doing his thing where he's about to take down a bunch of goons. You call them goons in Batman, don't we?
I think so, yeah, goons. Yeah, thugs kind of fell off when Maroni disappeared.
Yeah, I like the term thugs, but for me, if it's a group of Batman like mercenaries, there's a bunch of goons.
Thugs are for the Penguin, they're for Maroni, they're for Falcone. Goons. This is goons.
You've got some goons. Now, what is interesting about this page is we're kind of given that bird's eye first person point of view, and we see that Batman's got tech in his goggles.
Yes. Now, I did try and do some research to see, is this the first time we've seen detective mode in Batman.
Okay, and we're saying before the Arkham games was
Yes.
this? Yeah.
So this would have been maybe 6 years. 2008 was Arkham. I don't know. We should do maybe some more.
I'll put some
research.
stuff on the screen. I'll
Yeah.
put
And
a
that'll
clip up.
prove us
There'll be a
wrong.
clip of it. Everyone, it's a clip.
I'm picking up the signal again.
So what's going on here? So Batman, it seems to be that it's telling them who these people are.
Yeah, it's telling them where the danger points are, where the pressure points are. That you can see in that sort of second frame in the middle of the top, next to that man's temple. He's saying to throw a ball bearing.
Mm.
It tells a lot of story. It shows the trajectory of where this man falling down the elevator shaft in the bottom middle panel is going to land, where he's going to hit off the wall.
We get we even get
affiliation, mercenary for hire.
goons.
Yeah.
We get a little nice thwip here,
Yes.
very Spider-Man. Now I want to bring up something. So in this first page here, we get the classic batarangs used as ninja stars.
Yes.
There's a shuriken. Now I think the first example of actually using the batarang as a ninja star is The Dark Knight Returns. I can't find a version. Before Miller, it was always, here's a big clunky batarang that would ping off the head
Yeah.
and knock you out.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think that's the first time we get kind of the batarangs in the hands.
I don't like little batarangs.
You like a big
I
batarang
want
to
it
the head.
look like
the
it
club.
could hunt a kangaroo.
Okay.
I want it to look like it could stop the propeller on a speedboat, that it could take down the Joker copter with one throw. And I don't believe these flimsy titanium thing. It'd be like throwing a Coke can.
I think
at
there's a
helicopter.
place for different size batarangs. I like the idea of what you're saying.
See,
You should
but
have a bigger
this
one.
middle one where he's throwing ball bearings. I like that.
Yeah,
I
okay.
like that. And I think they look like they're monogrammed with little.
With a little bat.
Yeah. I'm here for
Okay.
that. That's more bat tech.
Yeah.
Utility belt.
So we might as
shit.
well go through the order. So the first guy is bataranging to the
Yeah.
hands, boom, disable the gun. Second guy, he pings a ball bearing at his
Yeah, just
temple.
flicks it just at his temple. Perfect.
That's some League of Shadows ninja shit.
Yeah.
And then down here, you've got, is he throwing a guy down a
He's
shaft?
throwing Carlos Valdez, a Chilean mercenary, down a shaft. Yeah.
But don't worry, this Batman ain't killing folk. He's got a little bat rope and he's caught him. Then this final guy, what's he's doing? He's coming up behind him and doing the. Do you ever see Leon, the professional?
Yes.
He's doing a Leon, the professional.
Yeah.
Is the clip.
I'll call you back.
So, next page, Mark. Ah. All right.
Here it is.
So we've got classic Batman interrogation.
Yes. But that's not the most striking thing on this page, is it?
No, it's not.
There's a lot of blue on that cape, and there's a lot of a lack of yellow on that bat symbol.
Yes.
And there's very few straight edges on that bat symbol, very curvy bat symbol.
I'm a real fan of that bat symbol. Because this is a good time to bring up the fact that DC are launching a new Batman. There's a new design of Batman. I'll put it up now. I'm really not keen on that bat symbol. That is so overly designed, that new one.
Which one? The Absolute or the new one?
Absolute, I don't even want to get into, because I actually think the
Bat
first,
block.
yeah, the first couple of issues are okay, but the bat block is, I'm not keen on it at all. I don't think it doesn't read a bat to
the
me.
Battle axe.
Yeah, the battle axe. Yeah, it just doesn't read as a bat to me. But that's a bat, and also it's kind of got that beautiful the Tim Burton bat symbol
Curvy.
that I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
I don't mind the yellow symbol, but I really, really like this bat design
I
of the suit.
I like this bat design. There's parts of it that I think with blue, I like a pop of yellow. I just think it's
Okay.
but you don't see it here because there's no utility belt. The utility belt ties this whole outfit together.
Really breaks it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the cowl design here. I think that it's kind of got the perfect length of
Well,
ears.
we'll come to that when we see them.
All right, we'll get to that. Okay, so Batman has found this kid, this little hostage. Someone spent a lot of money assembling this crew.
Shadowy, isn't it? I wouldn't know how I'd feel about. It's very different being rescued by Superman to Bruce Wayne. Very different being rescued by the Green Lantern than by Batman.
There is an animated movie where that happens, and Batman rescues a kid, and he's dressed in his original Bill Finger 40s bat suit, and the kid's terrified of him. So the next time we see Batman is in the classic Brave and the Bold, blue and yellow, and he's got Robin, and I think it might be Superman or John Jones or somebody. He's like, I like the new look. And he's like, yeah, I'm not meant to scare kids. And it's kind of a nice way of tying that in. But I'll be honest with you, that is such a striking image for me of this little terrified boy while the bat looms over him.
How is this better than what he's already
Come on,
said?
come on.
And there we are. and that's it. He's got the square jaw. He's got the short, stubby ears. He's almost hulking through a door. And I mean, let's go into this cowl. What's your ideal cowl?
This cowl for me is one of the top cowls we've ever seen. I still say that the Greg Capullo New 52 run cowl with the striking lats and the little eyes is mwah. But this image is Batman to me. This is Batman. Jim Lee as a costume designer, as a character designer, is just, his figures are just beautiful to look at.
They're unbelievable. The Bat Belt, how do you feel about sachets over
I'm all about a pouch.
capsules?
As you know, I'm a big Frank Miller guy, and I'm all about the thick army utility belt, which I can see the individual pouches. The capsules have their place, but this for me, that's a utility belt.
Yeah.
I believe he's got stuff in there.
The other thing that I'd like to comment on is in the animated version of this, his cowl has a little chin thing. I like an open chin.
Yeah, we're not going to get into the animated movies. I mean, they're in a different continuity. As opposed to being direct adaptations of these stories, they're still in this weird New 52 continuity they had going. I don't know if you've seen the whole of that series of films.
No, I did finally find Hush to watch.
Yeah. So Batman does have a costume change in it.
Yes.
But those are weird movies. They make strange changes. They're very peculiar.
Yeah.
Like we can maybe talk about it a bit later on. But yeah, striking image. Jim Lee, incredible. Do we need to talk about Jim Lee? Move on. We'll talk about it as we go through the book.
There he is, shaking hands, just showing he's a good guy. Escaping, 37 seconds left. Nothing's out of the ordinary. Anything else to say on this page?
This is the thing with Batman, like you're saying, like Batman scares kids, but in all sort of the history of Batman, all the evidence always states that Batman's always been really good with kids.
He just adopts them all.
He just steals them all and trains them to be vigilantes.
Oh, your parents
with
in a horrible accident. I'll take you.
You want some bare legs and ninja skills.
Do you want to be a soldier? That's what you could do. I'll make you a soldier. A child soldier.
Mark loves Tim Drake.
I'm a Tim Drake.
Mark could sit here and talk about Tim Drake all day long.
We'll do it, Ron.
Yeah.
We'll do an episode on the Ron.
I'm a Dick Grayson guy. So anyway.
How? He was Nightwing when you were born.
Yeah, no, I know, but all the iconography of Batman, like it's Robin, Dick Grayson, and I've always said,
hate the shorts.
My introduction to Batman are the bare legs. The bare legs are crazy, but comics are crazy. So there's a time and a place for it.
Dick Grayson.
Yeah, I know.
Drake never had bare legs.
I know.
I
know. No, but see, this is the thing. My introduction to Batman was BTAS, Batman the Animated Series, the best Batman adaptation always. Yeah. That was Dick Grayson, and he didn't have the bare legs. And that Dick Grayson was a lot older. He was kind of teenage.
He was in Tim Drake's suit.
Yeah, he was in Tim Drake's suit, and he rode a motorcycle. He was cool. Anyway, back to the comics.
Here he is.
Here he is.
I know you've got a lot of things to say about this.
I got a lot of shit to say about this guy.
About Kurt Connor's cameo in Batman Hush.
So let's talk about it. We find out who's been kidnapping the boy, and it is none other than Killer Croc. What's his real name, dude?
Waylon Jones.
It's Waylon Jones, Killer Croc.
I have never, ever in my life noticed Catwoman is in this panel.
Oh, she is? Catwoman will come into it later.
Let's see if we can get the...
Can you zoom in on Catwoman?
Yeah, probably.
Doing a pure little Pink Panther pose.
No, I can't. Not without ruining the illusion. In the background, stealing things, probably.
Catwoman's messing about.
Yeah.
So... my issue with this is Killer Croc in the comics has usually been portrayed as like a kind of a green-skinned, scaly man. This is the Lizard from Spider-Man, and it's very clear that it's even got like a kind of a white trench coat thing going on. It's got the elongated snout. I'll be honest with you, it doesn't even read as crocodilian to me. It reads more like the Lizard from the Spider-Man books. Spider-Man, Mark, it's the Lizard.
That's Killer Croc. So, this was the first trade I ever bought with my own money. So I had comics growing up that my family bought, single issues.
You bragger. You know, money bags over here.
Yeah, it's 2007.
Woo!
13,
Woo!
But anyway, this was Killer Croc. And then after this, the Arkham games came out, and this was Killer Croc. And a lot of Jim Lee's designs here were the foundation for those Arkham games and for the future of the designs, really.
Yeah.
And so this is Killer Croc. It's not a man with a hat on. carrying a briefcase.
I like the man with the hat. I don't mind the Arkham games designs of Croc, where he's kind of giant, but he's still got more of a humanoid figure than this. This reads strange to me. Always has done. I've never been keen on it. I'm talking of that terrible Hush movie. For some reason, they substitute. It's Bane. It's Bane. It's weird. Yeah. A great panel though. I like the composition of the panel. Jim Lee working.
Well, I mean, as I say, I bought this for the first time in 2007, and it's 2025, and I've only just seen Catwoman's in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening here, but it's not overcrowded.
I just don't know, why would you put, if you're going to go with this lizard design, why put him in like a white looking trench coat, which is so.
It's a t-shirt, isn't it? It's ripped. It's like the Hulk.
Is it a t-shirt? What's this flaring up the back here? Like that's and is it a Hulk? Is he hulked out?
Don't know. Oh well, I mean, we'll come to it, but he is under the influence.
He is. He's on. Yeah. All right. We'll get to it.
Yeah, just beating Batman up.
Quite a violent page. This.
Yeah.
We got some blood in our Batman.
Yeah.
Batman's taking a beating, and I'll be honest with you, we don't like to see our Batman's taking a beating, but sometimes you need to humanise the Bat. Sometimes the Bat's got to take a bruising to rise up through the flames like a phoenix bat.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Batman's always getting, every night he gets stitched up by Alfred. That's my sort of thought process on it.
Yeah.
That's why the whole Bane thing happened. Yeah,
go back one sec. I like seeing a big horrible monster man being like, I need that money. Like, I think that's quite a fun.
It's very comic book.
Yeah, he's hitting him with a briefcase. Wham! And the big monster needs his cash, man.
And then, I'm going to eat you alive.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So how does the Batman stop him?
He headbutts him.
He drops the nut on the lizard.
And then he gives him the big bat boot.
Gives him the treads.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Your bones will snap. Your blood will fill my belly. Just more fighting. It's beautifully choreographed, isn't it? Everything makes sense.
Yeah, and this is when they kind of do explain why Croc looks different than previous versions. And it's explained that he's going through mutations.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this is as a result of where we'll get to, or if it was sort of independent of.
Yeah, and then go back, Sunset. Sorry, do we see somebody else is stealing the briefcase of the cash?
That must be who was hiding in the previous panel.
Yes.
Yeah, supersonic stuff. Smack him into a pipe, and then use some chains. But what did he need that money for? Yeah,
I've always been a fan of like a supersonic weapon. Yeah. Batman usually pulls it out when he's fighting soups.
Venom.
Venom
suffers from it. Carnage.
It's even got the Venom tongue there, bro. Yeah. It's got the Venom tongue.
Yeah, it's very Marvel coded, isn't it?
Yeah.
Edward, be quiet.
Yeah, so Batman's got Croc in chains, and then we get some kind of special fight. It's FBI.
This is beautiful, isn't it? This is my city.
Moonlit Batman.
Yeah.
This is my city.
The FBI. Yeah. It's just a nice reminder, like.
It's weird that it's not the GCPD.
That's what I mean.
Specifically says the FBI.
Yeah, it's that nice reminder that this happens in America. These are the feds.
Oh, my life. Rich in America.
I never was a Boy Scout. Yeah.
No, we know who is later on.
Another detective mode?
Yeah, detective mode again. And this is even more like the Arkham games. You actually get the kind of orange and teal design that they go for, which is crazy. Maybe that's where it comes from. Maybe this is where detective mode comes from.
Possibly. Yeah. I just have a feeling it's in No Man's Land, the run.
I'm going to research it. We'll find out. Yeah. So we find out that Catwoman has stolen the money, and off she goes doing a Spider-Man swing.
And so what's that? So we've had Killer Croc and Catwoman so far from the Rogues Gallery.
Yes.
What, 6-7 pages?
Yeah. Also, can I just say, this Batarang grapple gun that we have,
the party popper.
I'm a real fan of this design. It is a party popper, but just the idea that it's and the little canister comes off the end of the tip, I'm a fan.
Problem with it is it looks single use. How does that retract and then re-grapple when the lid is already off?
I don't think it is single use.
It is single use.
I think it's single use.
He has to pull out a grapple every time he wants to get.
I think he's loaded. I think he's loaded with about 5 grapples.
I like the retractor.
And he's not going from one building to the other. He's doing one long swing, and then he's going to land and then jump in the back plane or something like that.
Big long swing. And
same
then he's
swing.
running on a roof.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So this here is the reintroduction, really, of Batman and Catwoman as an item. It hadn't been a thing really since the 80s.
Batman Returns, the movie, they kind of do it in that.
Yeah, but otherwise it was very much Vicky Vale, Jezebel Jet, the Silver One.
Yeah.
There was it was Bruce Wayne's girlfriends, and this was when the team at DC said, "No, this is what we want. We want to reintroduce this Bat and Cat," and here we are in 2025, feeling the ramifications still of an unhappy Batman.
I think this design of Catwoman will go on to be the kind of definitive Catwoman look, because Catwoman is one of those characters that has changed so much throughout her run, and her designs have changed all the time. She's one of the
She had
few
a cape.
characters. She used to wear a grey cat head.
Yes,
There is an image. She used to wear a grey cat head and a dress with a cape. And then she had the kind of the Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale, where she's in that purple suit with all the whiskers, which I was never crazy about.
all the big hair.
Yeah, I think the Tim Burton Batman Returns Catwoman design is fantastic.
I can't say this is too controversial.
Okay. But I think the thing with this design is the leather suit with the cat goggles, the real thief kind of idea. I'm really into it. I think it's quality.
It's how the costume should look. I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of the overstitching on the shelf fighters.
Also, Catwoman, one of the few characters that has been played by different races in different shows and books. It never seemed to bother anyone.
I think Catwoman is the woman from Year One for me, and she should be black. It's
With the short hair,
yeah,
and
it's
she's
Zoe
gone.
Kravitz.
The only issue with that is in this day and age, do you really want to have kind of your most famous female character in DC be a prostitute?
Oh no, I don't mean the characterization of it. I
Yeah,
just mean like
that design.
that design of it, and
Yeah.
and that was sort of the controversial thing that I couldn't figure out a way to say is when Michelle Pfeiffer did that role,
Mhm.
it cemented in the sort of zeitgeist that Catwoman was the whitest of
White blonde
women.
woman. Yeah.
And,
yeah.
and
Michelle Pfeiffer, that white
Pfeiffer,
gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, it's very much that Zoe Kravitz has pulled that back
Yeah.
in making it racially ambiguous
Yeah.
again. And when I saw that Batman film, I was like, oh yeah, here we are again. That she looks like Catwoman.
Yeah.
This is who Bruce Wayne should fall in love
Then
with.
you had Halle Berry Catwoman, obviously, and the one who started it all. You got to mention Eartha Kitt in this situation.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So, but never seems to bother anyone.
No.
But these days, mate, the world's mental.
Yeah.
All right, where are we going?
Like the view, yeah, flying through the city, just lots of flying through the city. He's still got his rope.
He's still got the rope. Let's not argue about the rope. It's a comic, bruv.
Yeah.
The bat rope. Something.
rope.
Someone cut the line.
Yeah, but we just.
Jim Lee's anatomy is off the chain. He's so good.
It's unbelievable. And it doesn't. The city's so detailed, but it's not distracting.
Gotham's done beautifully in this book.
Yeah, Park Row, seeing the sights and sounds.
So somebody's cut Batman's rope and it's taking a little tumble.
Yeah.
Batman's had a fall.
Yeah. Oh. But what?
Sexy old cat. Go back to sexy old Catwoman.
Sexy old Catwoman with green eyes. Why has she got green eyes?
She's got green eyes and she's going to the apartment and we're thinking, oh, here she is. Catwoman's just robbing the cash. But no, we got a mastermind at play. And it's none other than the beautiful, the wonderful
Poison Ivy. And I think you'll see now we're coming to the end of the issue. And that's 3 of Batman's Rogue Gallery.
Mm-hmm.
What issue 1?
3 of the heavy hitters as well.
3 big ones. I don't know where Killer Croc would have been in 2002 in terms of the tiering of his.
When I think of the tier of the rogues, there is a very famous Batman the Animated Series episode, and they're round the table telling stories, and you've got them. All the classic rogues are there, and Poison Ivy is there, and Killer Croc is also there.
Interesting.
So I think Killer Croc has got a quite. I think
in
people
there.
who know Killer Croc is. I think maybe I'm wrong. Put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Do people know Killer Croc? Do people not know Killer Croc? Do people think that Killer Croc looks like the fucking lizard in this?
Here she is.
Woo!
Look at that.
That's a great image.
It's beautiful.
That's a great image, and
It's
this is also.
It's very 1990s comic.
I was about to say it's a very sexualized image of these characters. I was raised on this, mate. So when I see this, I don't look at it and go, "Oh my god, it's so
No.
offensive." I look at this and I go, "It's
What I
comics,
look at,
man."
I'll be honest. What I look at when I see it is I miss big hair in comics. I miss ridiculous Starfire, stupidly
Yeah.
large hair. Poison Ivy's got it here.
Do you know, I used to have it all the time. Mary Jane in the
Yes.
90s.
Mary Jane's 90s hair
Yeah.
was
So Mark's a DC kid.
outrageous.
I'll be honest, I'm a Marvel kid. I grew up on Marvel, but I'm not one of those who's like, oh, I'm one or the other. I love all comic books,
Yeah.
but I grew up on Marvel. Big
Yeah.
Marvel kid.
Yeah.
So we will be doing some Marvel books coming up. Mark's a DC kid, but yeah, Mary Jane, giant hair.
Yes,
in,
big hair.
those
There was quite a
Spider-Man
few.
runs.
There's quite a few from the X-Men, big hair.
Yeah.
Storm, always big hair.
Yeah.
So yeah,
As you know, Mark, I know a lot about big hair.
there's a reason I have a hat on. And that's it. That's the last page of the issue.
And that was it. That was the last page. So everyone, this was the first episode of, what did I call the show?
Ooh,
Famous First,
famous-
Fantastic First.
Fantastic First, yeah.
Big old first issue fun with Rich and Mark,
I
baby.
think that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful.
So
Oh,
everyone, that was it. Click like, subscribe, write a comment. Apparently that helps with the algorithm. And we'll be back soon.
toodaloo.